What's up, everybody? You're here with the Fly Guy. All right, today I just wanted to do a quick video highlighting a hook that I use in my fly tying for many different species, including carp, smallmouth bass, and northern pike. This hook is inexpensive. You can get a lot of bang for your buck here, and it's durable. Before I get into the hook, I do want to mention that there are links to this hook in the description below. And I kind of want to share why I have switched over to this hook for a lot of my flies and why I use short shank hooks in general. If you're tying flies like streamers for bass, trout, maybe even carp or saltwater fish, short shank hooks just make sense. One of the biggest benefits to using short shank hooks is being able to get better quality hookups and fish not being able to have extra leverage to work that hook out of their mouth after the hookup's been made. Of course, keeping fish hooked up is one of the major benefits here, but also being able to create bulky profile flies without adding extra length or weight is a huge benefit to using short shank hooks, and specifically the hook that I'm going to talk about today. Short shank hooks are also great for creating compact articulated flies that are sticky. You still get that same hook setting and hook keeping power from the short shank hook, and your articulated flies don't get too crazy long and out of proportion. This will also help your flies get more natural motion and just more motion in general by having less hook shank get in the way. That goes for both articulated flies and for traditional patterns that are single hook. So the only two real downsides to using short shank hooks is that you have less space to tie on and hook gap matters more. So that's actually why I like this specific hook that I'm going to mention today, because it's not only a short shank hook, but it also has a good solid wide gap. Once you get your tying proportions dialed in and you learn how to work with a shorter shank hook, short shank hooks are hard to beat. All right, so the hook that I want to talk about today is called the HCS short shank wide gap hook. It is not a branded hook. It is a hook that I get directly from China. You can find it on multiple platforms. You can find it on Amazon, eBay. I have found it overseas here in the Philippines on Lazada and Shopee. And you kind of have to know what you're looking for. But the basic standard listing title that you will find for this hook is high carbon steel. When you look at the hook picture itself, it will look exactly like these hooks here. I use this hook in a wide variety of fly patterns. In fact, almost 100% of my carp flies are tied on this hook. You'll recognize this hook as you maybe go back and look at some of my other tying demos. When you look at some of my fishing videos and you see the flies in a carp's mouth, or you see it in the net, you will see this hook everywhere. This includes my smallmouth bass flies as well. I use this for a lot of different streamer patterns. I also use it to replicate more natural foods as well. It makes a really good compact articulated streamer hook because you can still get a large profile or a small profile if you want to size your hook down, but you don't add excess length and you don't have to mix hooks and have one abnormally large hook or a small hook. You can keep things balanced and you get that sticky hook keeping power that a short shank hook can offer you. I even use larger sizes for northern pike flies. The standard hook size that I use for my carp flies is a number 12. Due to there not being a hook sizing standard in the industry, number 12 is what they are going to say. That is roughly like a size 6, maybe close to a size 4 if there's variation in manufacturing. I will go to a 13 for bass flies and bass streamers. It's just the right amount of difference to make a difference. The 13 size is going to be a little bit big for carp, but it works perfect for bass. And then I bump it up to a size 15 for northern pike and larger bass flies. So it is a sturdy hook. I have not broke one of these hooks. I've not broke one of the hook points off. I do not bend them out. It's extremely durable. Now, there are some considerations that you do need to take in before purchasing this hook. This is not a branded hook. This is a hook directly from China. Out of 100 hooks, you will probably have some damaged hooks in there. There's going to be hooks that won't even have hook eyes. Some might be twisted. You'll probably have some twisted hook eyes in there. Not necessarily that you can't use the hook, but it's not going to be perfectly straight. You can either straighten that hook eye out yourself, or you can sort out the twisted ones and only use the ones that are straight. And when I say that, I'm not taking away from what you're paying for it, because here's the deal. It is very inexpensive. You can get 100 hooks for a fraction of the price that you pay for a standard fly tying hook that is branded. And if you're doing commercial fly tying, this helps you keep your cost low, and you're already going to be sorting materials anyway. So why not take just maybe one extra step, cut your cost on hooks without sacrificing quality? My videos are proof that this hook works, not only in fly tying, but also in fish catching. You have seen this in my videos before. I encourage you to look back through some of my fishing videos. I do not even use branded fly tying hooks most of the time. And this is one of my main hooks. My woolly buggers and some of my, traditional style patterns, maybe my crayfish patterns that need a longer shank hook, I do use mustad streamer hooks. Some guys give me flack for even using mustad hooks because they say they're garbage. I like them. They work and they hold fish and hold up in the field. So the same with this high carbon steel short shank wide gap hook. I encourage you to give it a try. I have links down in the description for you. Please check them out. If it works for you and you like them, go for it. I encourage you to do it because it has helped me out greatly. I've bought so many of these hooks over the years, and I have a massive collection, and I've used it in commercial tying, and I've also used it, for my personal fishing. I'm not going to sell you on something that I don't personally use. So give it a shot, give it a try. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. But if it can help you save some money without sacrificing quality and durability, and maybe switching over to a more short shank profile on your patterns and being able to increase your hookup and fish catching power, because now you're bringing more fish in, fish aren't shaking the hook anymore. Hey, I think that's a win. And, I will be showcasing these hooks more, even in the saltwater. I trust this hook in saltwater. That's how confident I am on its ability. And I just want to share that with you because you're going to see this hook show up time and time again in my tying demos, and you're going to see it more often in my fishing footage. I already have fishing footage that showcases it, but you're going to see it more. I will be doing more videos highlighting some of the fly patterns that I'm using in the field utilizing this hook, and I will refer back to this video in the future, so stay tuned. I've got a lot of good things coming. If you have tried this hook, or you found this hook maybe even before I did, and you've used it in your fly tying, drop a comment below and let me know how you're using it. If you like this video, go ahead and hit thumbs up. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more fly fishing and fly tying videos. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Take care, and we'll catch you next time.